Hi lovely, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren. I do tarot pick-a-card readings and I have a topic for you today that is what is next in love. Now this applies to whatever relationship status you find yourself in currently, as we will be looking at current, next, and overall destiny toward love within the reading. Before we jump into reviewing the layout in detail, I did want to mention that I have my link tree in the description of each reading, that you can find me everywhere. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, as well as Etsy. I do personal written response readings through there, so check that out if you're interested in a personalized response to whatever question you have in mind. Do feel free to reach out and find me through that link in the description as well as in the bio of this channel. Okay, so here is the layout for the reading. We start with our energy check, as always, that you will use to decide if you are resonating with the information that is coming forth in the pile to start. If you're not feeling the vibes, I would check out other readings within this video before you click out entirely to get the information. Next, we will go along to checking on current significant relationships in your life. So do hold a person in mind, a specific person that you are currently in some kind of relationship with, if you want to know about how that may progress in the future. Next, we will move along to overall future circumstances in love. So new people coming in, new opportunities, overall happy outcomes that you are not aware will happen yet. Then we will finish out your reading with looking at your overall destiny toward love in this lifetime. Of course, we always send you with your final guidance oracle card that contains messages and advice from your spiritual team, so do stick around through the end of your reading to receive that final guidance on your situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut to choosing your piles. So here are the four groups for today's reading. Let's go ahead and reveal them. Pile number 1, your crystal is the cat. Your tarot deck is the Modern Witch Tarot, and your card is Justice. Pile number 2, your crystal is the Dolphin. Your tarot deck is the Light Seer's Tarot, and your card is the Moon. Pile number 3, your crystal is the Wolf. Your tarot deck is the Star Spinner Tarot, and your card is the Knight of Cups. And pile number 4, your crystal is the Elephant. Your tarot deck is the Wake Me Up Tarot, and your card is the Empress. Okay guys, so take as much time as you need to choose your pile or piles, and you can head to the description to find the timestamp that will take you to your reading, and I will meet you there. Hey pile number 1, welcome to your reading. I'm super excited to go ahead and jump right into this. So let's start with our energy check. We're going to use some oracle as well as tarot, some traditional tarot, before we jump into your Modern Witch deck. Let's grab one card here, and let's do this deck. Let's get one card for pile number 1, overall love reading. Take 2. And let's grab tarot. I'm going to take about 4 or 5 tarot cards here, please. For pile number 1, love reading, current, next, and destiny. We're starting with the energy check here, so about 2 more. Let's see. Feel that one. Take that one as well. Beautiful. Your first card, Intelligence, with the Crow and Dogwood. Very nice. Healing with Cleanse, Hydrate, Dissolve, Purify. Meditation with Routine, Breath, Quiet, Peace. Beautiful, beautiful cards to come out together. I had to say, like, with the Justice card, I felt like all 4 cards that were chosen from the different tarot decks kind of like I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but almost represented different dynamics of relationship in general. Like for you guys, I feel like your card felt like a power move on your part, like, and this intelligence as well as the healing and the meditation, like the safe space that you're practicing, the cleansing and purifying that is happening, the intelligence, emotional intelligence that is being put toward that as well. I feel like you guys are, yeah, like making a power move toward separation or toward stating your priorities and clarifying that you need more in relationship. Like you're fighting for yourself, you are stepping up for yourself. And I have to say, the cat that you chose, it made me think of the cat within this deck, which is independence is the key word. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. And I feel like, I'll say now, like pile 2 felt like a similar, like digging deep introspection to kind of find out true desires. Pile 3 felt like perhaps active commitment to relationship, active pursuit of an interest. And pile 4 felt like strong abundance within relationship or in solowness. I don't know, but that's just to say that it feels like there's a lot of different areas kind of covered within this reading. But let's go ahead and get into this tarot. The Empress, how interesting. The 7 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, as well as the 5 of Cups. Yeah, so the Empress was almost kind of the same thing, like being so provided for, being cared for, prioritization of self as well. I feel like that is coming through as a strong energy for you. Like you're really healing in this time. You're really committed to yourself. And I feel like in that energy, you are allowing more to come in. You are dreaming and envisioning more. You're starting to see that like the bad that was there perhaps really could use cleansing and getting rid of. Like this card traditionally would be like, this kind of bad is serving you, but you're choosing to see that it is only negative and not the positive that goes with it. But I feel like in this case, there is necessity of action to be taken toward cleansing out different things. And you're seeing that it's the cause and effect that you are noticing in life. This is weighing me down. A simple kind of daily task or something that stands in the way of like daily task or something that stands in the way of communication the way you would like it to be, a person perhaps that does that. You're seeing the cause and effect of like, this is actually negatively impacting me at this point because you have that emotional intelligence to make that call. Wow. And there's practical advice here to be cleansing yourself as well within this time with notes of hydrating, cleansing, breathing, having a routine as well. The spotlight is being put on you, not just your surrounding. It's a lot of aspects to kind of deal with, to come into alignment to a new perspective and a new start in love. And life in general, I feel like there's some rebuilding to happen, especially with this 5 of Cups. But I see that you are handling it in such a powerful way. Like the fact that this card expressed for me, like everything I needed to know about you is just incredible. Your energy is so powerful and strong at this time, and I can totally sense that and feel it within this reading. So kudos to you guys. That is fantastic. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and move along to the first section of the reading, which is going to be checking in on any current relationship that you are having, platonic, whatever it is. We're going to look at what the dynamics are there. I'm going to go ahead and just shimmy up these cards and bring that down. Beautiful, just gorgeous, high quality setup, guys. Really though, it is so helpful just to slide them down. But okay, Next, let's go ahead checking in on any current relationship. That one wants to come out for pile number 1. It could be any kind of relationship. We want to know what's going on, or lack of relationship as well could kind of show up as significant, but let's see if there's anything happening within the current. So you have authenticity, flirtation, caution, there's something about like not jumping into a next situation too soon. I feel like even so, maybe you have been, the way that you could be feeling now is cautious toward jumping to a new situation because you fear, or there is some knowing. I'm not sure that you like cognitively feel this or understand it, but it's like there's some knowing that like you're just not feeling it. That's what it is. And there's a reason you aren't like actively wanting to pursue something at this time. And it is because you need to come into this next phase, like this next big growth into new authenticity, fitting into new, bigger boxes that have been created for you in the absence of old, stagnant relationship. And there is also something about like in a current relationship, if you are in one that you're dealing with, or this is something you have noticed before, it could be like you are generally cautious with like the flirtation and waiting kind of to see someone's true colors come out with the authenticity. Like that has been something significant to you in the past, or maybe you've been caught by surprise by someone's actions or their true colors coming through. So that also with the 8 of Wands feels like kind of that general caution and like guard up toward things that come toward you. And I think it is for good reason for the most part, like you kind of filtering it out and making sure that things are going to fit a certain standard before you accept it. But we'll see what else comes out with that dynamic, if there is an encouragement to like be more open to like new stages of relationship and be more trusting. I'm not sure, but let's find out. We will use your tarot deck. So let's see. Pile number 1, what is this situation coming forth with struggling to accept or believe others in new relationship? Yeah, from past heartbreak, absolutely. 8 of Wands, the the caution from past heartbreak. That's, look at, guys, crazy. I'm gonna take this one too. Temperance. Yeah, you've had to like weigh things out and again, like be cautious. It's the purification, it's the filtering we had talked about with the Temperance. It's you having a good amount of filter to your system that you go about like dating and meeting new people. And it's also about the look inward at you at this time, need to cleanse and purify your environment, your direct surroundings, as well as your inner world by prioritizing your peace and happiness. Yeah, it looks like you have been like betrayed or hurt in the past, definitely by previous relationships. And I feel like this is speaking of current. So I think that you are kind of dealing with these dynamics of needing to cut someone off, or just like past patterns coming back around. If you're kind of like interested in getting back into dating, it feels like it's a call to attention for like what has been. And I think it is beneficial to some degree to be kind of considering, because it is helping you to adjust your approach in whatever ways are necessary. The next time you come around to dating, to meeting someone new, you could be in that active process and wanting to get information from this reading. Is this the person? Should I continue? And there's a lot going on in your head right now. There is flirtation with caution. Like it's both ends, and you need to find a happy medium. I think there could be change around the corner within a current new relationship, if that applies to you. I see that within the Eight of Wands. I feel like there could be like shift or increase in clarity or communication coming through from your person, or clarity that you come to understand on your own terms. I see this card, the Three of Wands. Yeah, this does feel like considering getting back out into dating. Just considering. Not this, by no means feels like you are in a committed relationship at all within this reading. It feels like you are considering dating, or yes, there is someone very, very new, and the Three of Wands is all of that, is like bringing all the pieces together, trying to understand if this is right for you or what you should do next. That's what I'm seeing. Even if there are no immediate next steps to take, you are like gearing up for future situations by preparing yourself now, by bettering yourself and just understanding your views and how they came to be based on thinking about past heartbreaks and how that went down. And again, thinking, how can I adjust this time around with the Temperance to create a better outcome, to dissolve all of the bad. Yeah, and dissolving all of the bad could look like moving on from a connection, or it could look like dissolving the idea you have that your person needs to be perfect, like allowing those aspects that are not quite obviously suited toward you, almost letting them dissolve away and letting it be, rather than trying to change a person or feeling like someone needs to tick all of the correct boxes to be for you. You could be learning a lot about letting, like there's this image of like love kind of cleansing over a person like a wave and dissolving away all of the bad parts within them. And it's not that they're being rid of, it's that they're being acknowledged and viewed and held and accepted. That makes them okay. If they're held away, ignored, shoved down in a dark corner, then that is when they start to fester, and that they really don't serve a person, and that it really shows up in how they go about their life, and it affects you directly. Yeah, but I mean, words of wisdom for dating, like in general, this is really interesting. We have the King of Swords and the Magician as the final cards for this part of the reading. Yeah, you're gonna have to be able to make these decisions. And you're gonna have to work with what you have in a person. With their most authentic state, you're gonna have to work with that. In general, to be in relationship, that's what it involves. It involves you need to be someone that can be relied on, but at once someone who has that reciprocal support. The King of Swords cannot be where they are without that support, and without, I feel there is a heavy factor to like being uplifted, being acknowledged by a person that really allows people to ascend and reach great new levels. Open yourself up to love in general, opening yourself up to having that wave of love wash over you too and dissolve away what you feel like is bad. And working with what is left in the Magician. Ooh, I have chills. This is so beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead to the next section. We're going to go ahead and move along to looking at future dynamics in love that you don't have yet, new people, new opportunities, and overall outcomes. But we will follow that with your destiny messages as well, so stay tuned. Okay, let's see. Pile number 1, what is coming for them that they do not yet see? We have manifestation with the Magician. Very cool. Let's see here about 2 cards. We have power and influence. Very similar almost. Yeah, and the power with manifestation, you do have the power to align better to your future. And I think what we're seeing here is that you will manifest the ability to accept love and to give pure love as well. The influence, it's all about influencing one another with that wave to wash over and dissolve. And through the recognition, that is what brings power to the relationship. In your future, you have a relationship that is, with the King of Swords especially, very powerful between the 2 of you. The influence is reciprocal and is so extremely beneficial to one another, to learn from each other and to bounce. It's like one person is not going to be put on the spot without the other stepping up to the plate as well. The power of a couple like this is sheesh. Yeah. Let's see what else there is to this. Okay. Pile number 1, what can they expect in this future dynamic? Is this with a person specifically? Is that something we can know at this time? Or is this kind of general, a power that they're going to come into? I see that. Ace of Cups, it feels personal. It feels like a personal power. The 3 of Pentacles, but it does, yes, it does feel like there is someone involved. There is work being done between. It could be, I don't necessarily see like one relationship. I see that in your future you are being met with equal partners, whether at the same time or different times. It feels like more than like your next relationship is this one. It feels like these dynamics at a small amount and building to greater heights with new people until the power is completely unmatched by you and your person together. That's when you know when the person is who you are meant to be with, when the power is unmatched. You 2 together, the power you bring is unmatched. Let's see. Oops, dropped a few cards. I'm just gonna shuffle those right back in. But let's see here. We're gonna pull out just a few more cards for this section before we move along to your destiny. So let's see, for pile number 1, is this accurate, what I'm feeling, that there could be multiple steps before this huge, crazy, dynamic power couple influence? We have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, that it feels like definitely like a moderate pace, as well as this is representing offerings. So I feel like multiple can be coming through. Each one filling your cup and allowing you to learn more and take that with you to the next journey. Let's go ahead and pull one more card. Let's find out, can we see a timeline at all for when this could happen, or other means to kind of recognize when we are getting close to this coming through? But I think the destiny section should give us good information that we need as well. But let's pull one more card here for pile 1. Let's see. Coming out very slow. I'm not sure if we get a timeline. It's like it's a journey to go on. Yeah, this one I do feel. 7 of Wands. Yeah, it does feel like a fight that you've got to put up. That's not a bad thing. 9 of Swords. There's things to deal with for sure. There is something behind what inspired your emotional intelligence and the power move that I talked about. It is frustration, it is fighting, it is all of these things feeding passion at the end of the day. Yes, there can be painful situations, but I feel like your passion is a cup that is constantly being refilled. So if you're going about this with passion, with determination, with the power and influence that you exhibit, with your emotional intelligence, taking care of your space and yourself as you go through and learning to accept and see the bad and cleanse it and purify, dissolve the bad in one another, that is the journey that you have in front of you for love. I don't see a specific timeline. The Seven of Wands is like the action. It's the process in action. And I think it's almost going to be like a realization. I spoke of, can we find like an idea of when we are close to like the final one? I feel like one day you're going to be following inspirations in general. Downloads, creative downloads as well. You need to be following your intuition every step of the way, and I think with the aspects of cleansing and purifying is only going to aid you in being able to recognize and use discernment. There is no action to be taken at this time. You need to prioritize yourself and follow your feet one step after the other, and know that each step is valuable in itself. Okay, so let's go ahead to, we're going to roll right through with Destiny. I'm going to continue with Tarot. So let's see, what is pile 1's overall Destiny and love? I feel like maybe we have kind of seen that. It feels very directed inward, growth inward, and acceptance toward it. Yeah, it feels centered toward you, but then beneficial to others as well. Your destiny is this like magic that you are meant to be able to practice with a powerful partner to influence one another. I feel like, the King of Pentacles getting your share, but the King of Pentacles is a legacy, is abundance for a long time. And it serves others as well. I feel like your destiny, again, is to partake in this beautiful act of accepting another's flaws and shedding love over that, as well as having that reciprocate to you as well, and accepting that cleansing from a person. Very intimate, like soul bonded relationship I'm seeing for your destiny. If not, it's like you could be someone who maybe doesn't want to be tied down, and we see like the Three of Pentacles with multiple people involved. You could enjoy a life of kind of bopping around, meeting people, and it's a destiny you have is to influence, to heal, to be a healer, really is what I'm trying to get at, to multiple people. That could be like, I don't know. And no shame, no anything to like what you do in love. Absolutely not, as long as you are safe and protecting yourself. But for some of you, you could enjoy, again, bopping around, meeting a lot of people, connecting with a lot of people. That could be you. And that's, it just sounds so bad to say like that's your job. But like, you would be always receiving in return as well. Yeah. Okay, let's move along. What else do we have here in terms of destiny for pile number 1? Five of Cups. One more card here for pile number 1's destiny and love. Can we clarify that Five of Cups? And we have the, where did we have that card? The Nine of Swords, once again, just in a different, or this is the Ten of Swords, I'm sorry, which is the step above the Nine of Swords, which we have here. So this is like the end of a road. Everything is fine, destiny and love. And we have this, like, she feels like she's in mourning. Destiny, I don't know if you feel like This is really interesting. I don't know if you feel like you're meant to like not tie down with one person. Or that's what you feel, but your destiny is the opposite. Everything is fine. You feel like maybe you've resigned to a life of like, I'm not going to have that type of love in my life. I'm not going to have that type of soulmate. I think this is saying that that is not true. That could not be true with what has come through with the reading. It is simply highlighting, don't pretend everything is fine when this is happening. Don't pretend that the bad things don't need to be addressed, or it's better to shove them down in a dark corner and never acknowledge. Don't pretend that that is true. You have to open yourself to love as well with this Five of Cups. You are destined for like such a beautiful gift with love specifically. This feels like so powerful. You are so blessed with this, and do not doubt that it is for you. Wow, pile number 1, let's go ahead and pull out your final guidance oracle card from your spiritual team. How can pile 1 move forward in love successfully? What is their best guidance? Wow, the cat. We have mystery with secrets and hidden meanings. Interesting. Yeah, it's a journey to go on. Definitely, we've seen a journey laid out in front of us, and the independence, the emotional intelligence that you have, there are such beautiful gifts for you and blessings. And it's a mystery. It can be secret. It can be hidden. The meaning of what you go through can be hidden, but know that at the end of the day, it is a blessing. Okay, pile number 1, I really hope you enjoyed today's messages. Please take a second to like, comment your pile, as well as subscribe to the channel. They all help me so much. And I'll mention again, if you are interested in a personal reading, I do have my link tree in the description of this video. You can find me for personal readings through my Etsy. Okay, so pile number 1, I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you the best of luck in love, and I will see you in your next reading. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump right into the energy check. So let's shuffle out your oracle. So go ahead and use these first few messages to decide if this is feeling like the right pile for you, and please do check out other readings within this video before clicking out entirely if you're not resonating. So we have peace. And I do feel like I want to pull out the second one, an ending, and you know what? We have happiness. Cute. Okay, let's pull out from this deck as well. I'm going to take that one. Beginnings. How beautiful. Ending and beginning. And I'm going to take this to duality. Perfect. Exactly what that is speaking of. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My hand is like still wet from washing my hand. I just jumped right into this, guys. Okay. Wow. An ending with a beginning in love. I was saying for pile 1 that it felt like each group in today's reading was covering a different like dynamic of relationship, and I was saying that your pile feels like, just based on the moon card, it felt like an energy of like, of course, doing that deep introspection and digging and doing that work to find peace, or rather you are in a state of retreating to peace. That is the ending that is taking place and moving toward happiness and peace, and that might involve going into like a hermit type mode for a minute. But we see that that is necessary for adjustment, for shedding of the old, and for that new to come in with beginning. Observing the dynamics between what exists between an ending and a beginning, I feel like is some advice that is here for you in duality with observe. There is something significant with recognizing that a chapter has ended in your life, in terms of love, in terms of how you show up in it, in terms of really pointing inward to like self-love. There could have been relationships that fell short early, or it felt that way. They felt like they were taken from you, but I feel like none of those were meant to progress further, and they ended at the right time. And they did end because there needs to be, again, that shift into a new chapter for you before. It's like we're still filtering out the old, but you are moving into the new. So as you're moving into the new people that come in are going to look and be different than what was before, than what you accepted before, than what you felt or dealt with before from other people coming toward you in love. But we do still have your tarot to pull out, so let's go ahead and grab those. You guys got a ton of extra cards for this first part of the reading, I will say that. I did see this one, the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, as well as the 6 of Swords. Yes, that's exactly what is happening here. I feel like in order for the new offerings, there is space. Look at this. It's what we talked about. An ending and a new beginning, and the space that exists between. I'm wondering if there is something about filling the space between, like you could tend to want company, or you would jump to like filling that space, but I feel like that could be appropriate, that could be okay, but it's what we talked about of like that would just be destined to kind of fizzle out in the meantime. Choosing how you fill the space between ending and beginning, the shedding of your old self and stepping into the new one, is really valuable. And I think, let's see, I've been holding this card, the Ace of Cups. I was going to say, I think that prioritizing yourself is more heavy within these dynamics of the cards. You very well, you could choose to like explore love and explore new connections, but it's not going to stick until you find that emotional gift for yourself, until you fill your own cup first. And not to say that you haven't been doing that, but again, you're shedding into a new form, and that means that there is adjustment required. We have that here with beginnings. And so adjustment, it should prioritize you, of course. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your first messages. We are done with the energy check, so if you're resonating, go ahead and stick around. I'm gonna move these up. Perfect. All right, so we're going to check in on any current relationships. If you have a specific person in mind, no matter what the relationship looks like, if it's platonic, committed, whatever it is, hold that in mind, a specific person for this section of the reading. I'm getting a feeling that maybe there is not a current person, but rather a person from the past, and we have phases. Let's pull out 2 more oracle cards here for pile number 2. Independence and authority. Yeah, I think you're in a phase of independence, of being single, and the beauty is that you have so much authority over your life at this time. The spotlight again is on you, with seeking your own emotional fulfillment in independence at this time. We have the moon showing up in Aquarius. Getting insightful about dreams, about creative ideas as well, could be something that is valuable to fill this time between the phases. Recognizing things as phases and that they go in cycles, and knowing that each one has different value. You have drama, manipulation, and risk. So current dynamics in love with drama, manipulation, and risk. I think based on past dynamics, with talking about you wanting peace and prioritizing peace and contentment, you could be coming from past experiences that were drama-filled, that were manipulative, that you could have felt like you were walking on eggshells, or that you would be taking a risk by acting intuitively or following your own inner guidance rather than tailoring your actions and feelings to a person that you were directly committed with for a time. And I think there is something so powerful about this phase, again, being all about you, all about creating your own sense of authority, because it will never happen again, truly. It will never go down that way again, because that is not the love that you were meant to have. What is happening currently in these love dynamics for pile 2? The Emperor. You're coming into that authority. Let's see. Pile number 2, current feelings around love. This one jumped. We have the 10 of Wands. An ending for sure. Never going back. That's what it is. Never going back to what you felt before. It will never be that way again. We see that the Empress, the Emperor, both are cared for, protected. The Wheel of Fortune is going to start turning toward ways that are beneficial to you. Ace of Wands, we talked about following creative inspirations in the in-between. The Ace of Wands feels like you are finding a lot of that. The wheel is supporting you in finding the next inspirations, the next steps, like the next jumping points to progress on your journey. We see you letting go of the need to there's something about letting go of the need to be supported in this time directly by another one's committed love to you. Not platonic love, but committed, intimate love with you. Not needing that is huge. It is a huge weight off of your shoulders to accept that you are capable on your own in this time. In fact, that is what it is supposed to be, and that is the most supportive situation for your growth and ascension at this time, especially in terms of love and preparing you for the next cycle. So here's the final card. It is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so you're gaining a lot of emotional intelligence as well, and clarity on what you want. This phase is super important for clarity, and really, truly, pile 1, if you find yourself needing more messages after this reading, I would check out pile 1, because it really was expanding on some similar energies, definitely. But yeah, that is looking like what is happening for you currently. Let's go ahead and move along. This reading is going quite smoothly. Let's see about future situations, future people, circumstances, opportunities, and overall happy outcomes you have coming for you. We have Resistance. Future for pile number 2 in love. What is next for them? Versatility, negotiation, patience, and enthusiasm. I feel like it's, so we have the duality card at the start of your reading. And I feel like there's something about future, something taking you by surprise with how it shows up, and maybe through your preparation you feel like nothing could have prepared me for actually doing this. Like, relationships aren't necessarily something you can study. So don't get in your head thinking that the work you did was not geared in the right direction, because there are limitations to what you can do to prepare to accept another person and to grow a strong bond and committed partnership with them. So with resistance versus versatility, with negotiation as well, like the back and forth, and patience to enthusiasm. It's a lot of duality in this section of what is in your future. And this feels like the first person that would kind of be introduced to you as a solid candidate. Or this is the person, like your soulmate, that is, the energies will be like this when you meet them. So it's like, when something good comes your way, when something good comes our way, sometimes we resist it, definitely, if it doesn't look like exactly what we want. The versatility was a message in another reading about the love not looking like what you would expect. And so the initial gut reaction would be to reject it with resistance. Negotiation, it's like you have to negotiate with yourself to kind of stay grounded and realize what the true desire and what the actual potential is here with this person that is in front of me. And going beyond the looks, going beyond like initial impressions, honestly, is I don't know, for some of you it could be specific that you would have like a weird first impression, and more would need to be revealed about this person through patience. And through the seeking and learning of more comes the enthusiasm. So it's something not looking like what you think, and your reaction is to resist it. And then there's like the feeling, the gut feeling you also have to like give it a shot, to give it a go, to negotiate with yourself, to say, I'm going to give it this much time, even like these many dates, and then I will call it. And there's a reason you're committing to at least trying again. You're following your heart, and it's leading you to attracting you, magnetizing you toward your person. So if you find yourself winding up back with this person time and time again, I think that with the patience coming with that, you could begin to discover a lot about them that you really love and enjoy. It could even be like you two are not actively choosing to spend time with one another, but rather you are brought together by different circumstances. Like you meet every week for a pottery class and you two connect that way, but it would take some work around to like move past that level of we're chatting in pottery class and like get to know the person, if that makes sense. Let's see. Pile 2. What is this going on? Is this accurate for their person? I'm using the wrong deck. Actually, let me grab your deck. I'm so sorry, guys. I used the traditional tarot deck for that first section. We had meant to use the deck you chose for the group, but here it is now. Let's go ahead and use it. We have Justice, the Devil, and the Lovers. Oh my gosh, that's almost exactly what I'm feeling. The cause and effect, the justice is being brought forth through you committing to the showing up, to the repeated action to discover more, and the patience through it. It's getting past what feels like a facade, of what feels like inauthenticity almost with a person, to discover the true nature of what's inside as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and clarify this with more of the tarot, and we're gonna roll right into looking at your destiny, overall destiny in love in this lifetime very shortly here. So the Page of Cups. This is like that start of like the inspiration. The Page of Cups is going to be picking up the inspiration to start a committed track toward pursuing a person. Yeah, it's like the Page of Cups is that first spark of enthusiasm toward them, of when you find yourself like your eyes are lighting up with them. You notice that like you're viewing them differently. You're viewing them on a higher pedestal because you are learning more about what makes them deserve that level of appreciation. Let's go ahead and pull out The Hanged Man. It's the new perspective you need on them. You have to look at the flipped, looking up versus looking down. It's looking all around. It's going to be a patient process. But the flip in how you are viewing is the trigger that it's go time. And I think that is when this connection with your soulmate, with your person, is going to begin. The Four of Pentacles. It will be one that will allow you to protect your peace through all of it, is what I'm seeing in the Four of Pentacles. Let's see what this card is. The Death and Rebirth card. Yep, that's what we talked about with the end and the beginning. And between that is you learning to protect your peace. The cause and effect of that understanding is going to be the offering that looks at first different than you expected, but will become that harmonious relationship with the change in perspective. Okay. Wow, let's go ahead and keep rolling right along. We're going to go into your destiny in love, pile number 2. So let's find out what's in store in this lifetime. What is the overall plan in this lifetime for pile number 2 in love? The Ace of Wands. I feel like you're meant to be inspired a lot in a loving relationship, in a soulmate connection. Let's see if we're getting anything else. Pile number 2, destiny in love. The Hermit. You're always going to have that space to go back to that peace and the Moon, to the inner world. The Page of Swords, but you're also going to have a lot to work with that is visible to you, that is right in front of you. I think this person, the two of you together, could learn a lot. There is something about like inspiring one another. You're meant to inspire a person, especially the Ace of Wands feels that way as well. The Page of Swords, I feel like, you know what? I think your destiny in love is to just be witnessed, to be seen, to be observed in like that intimate level. That's what I see in the Page of Swords. I almost feel like we are the point of view looking at you, like your significant other, how they would view you, just kind of traipsing about your days, like being a beautiful soul. You could like to study and read and stuff like that. Learn about things that could be you. Like you could have your head in a book and that's really how they see you a lot of the time, and they like it because that's you in your most comfortable, natural state, and they feel such pride that they are able to provide that space for you. That's your destiny in love. I think your wishes being fulfilled is also fulfilling to the person who gets to fulfill it for you. They, at the end of the day, they get this beautiful prize in you that they could just look at and feel that love, that intense love, and that is such a beautiful gift. And you get to feel that. You get to feel that such effortless, unconditional love toward you, and you being seen, you acts of service or looking out for the things that they know would make you happy or support you in your endeavors, things like that. So that could be huge for you, what you really truly desire in love, and looks like you are going to have it. The Sun card, as well as the Three of Wands. Yes, you are meant to have that happiness and the fulfillment with the Sun. And the Three of Wands, I feel like you are always supposed to have, love isn't meant to be your end game. I feel like you are always meant to have, yes, the space to go and to explore and to do new things. And you are observed, seen, and supported through that. That's all you could ask for. You want love with freedom as well. You don't want to feel tied down or manipulated in love. You have a lot to do that goes beyond exploring, honestly exploring the relationship with your soulmate. Like you have a lot to do in this lifetime, I see. And you will be supported by that in a divine love. Wow. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish out your message with the final guidance oracle card. So let's get from pile 2, spiritual team, can we get one really great message for love, how to navigate what we have just spoke on? Can we get that message for pile number 2 here? Do you see this one? Remember who you are. Return to the roots. How beautiful. I feel this one as well. Your wish is coming true. Celebrate your success. Beautiful confirmation. Return to your roots in this waiting time, in this in-between time, because the success is assured. Your soulmate that allows you to be who you are, destined to be in this lifetime, is on the way to you. I'm going to pull out a final few cards. Let's get like timeline, if we can think about when we can expect this to start happening. It could just be kind of in line with, looks like you're getting a lot of creative inspiration lately, so it could be in line with when you are starting new projects that aren't even like in the works yet. I don't know. Something that we see your soulmate supporting you through. Two of Pentacles, working with resources, working with a new project, and the Queen of Cups, following your heart to do that. I feel like that is when you will first kind of grasp a feeling of this could be on the way. Yeah, whenever you get going with something cool that you want to do, next project. Three of Swords. It will allow you to heal a lot within that time. That's the key factor as well, is not only are they going to see you succeed after commitment to the relationship, part of what they see in you is how you have handled working toward your goals and achieving through the heartbreak. That is something that is specifically attractive to you, about you to them, and that is why we see that kind of happening first before this person would come in. Yeah, so continue following your heart, following your intuition. Pile number 2, I wish you the best of luck in love. I really hope you enjoyed your messages and resonated with them. Please do leave a like, comment that you came from pile number 2, as well as subscribe to the channel. All of those things help me so much, and I really appreciate it. But with all of that being said, pile 2, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in your next reading. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump right into your energy check. So we're going to shuffle out some oracle. Again, please use this section of the reading to feel out the vibes and know if you've arrived at the correct pile, and do check out other readings within this video before clicking out entirely if you are not resonating with the first messages. So we have remembrance, with remembering, love, loss, and healing. For pile number 3, their energy check for what they know about love so far, what they really truly desire in love, things to help them recognize that this is the pile for them. So we have graceful persistence. Right away, I feel like you are someone who prioritizes close relationships in general with your family, and the graceful persistence feels like fighting for the ones you love, and especially with the Knight of Cups supporting that kind of offering or stepping forward, stepping out for other people, and remembering love. Family is not actually represented in this card, but the aspect of remembering is what's making me think of like connecting to your roots, remembering where you came from. In terms of like, even as far as like humanity as a whole, you kind of just appreciate people, and you have a sense of like the interconnectedness of all of us here. And it's what makes you prioritize fighting for the happiness and love of other people, especially the ones you are truly close with, blood related, that kind of thing. So let's see. For pile number 3, their energy check. What is this dynamic with caring a lot about other people? We have the 9 of Wands, which can be about putting up a fight. And yeah, it's interesting. It can be the graceful persistence, but I think it is teetering the line of like, when is it too much to be doing all of that, providing all of that for other people? Let's see. The 7 of Swords. So it's like you go out of your way. I feel you could do a lot for other people, and maybe behind the scenes that isn't reciprocated. Like people are kind of sneaking around with the resources that you provide them and taking advantage of it to some degree. I don't think it's directly harming you, but I think that the aspect of doing too much we see represented with the 9 of Wands could be like those who are technically less deserving of all you do for them, recognizing when you could benefit from pulling back. Part of the remembrance could be like, yeah, just getting connected with the people that truly matter and remembering that rather than dropping everything for anyone. I don't know, it's very admirable quality that we see in you, but there could be something about kind of, let's see, what is this message about getting more specific with who you offer things to? The Moon. Listen to your heart in terms of what you feel is appropriate to do. The King of Wands. I think I'm going to pull out one more. Can we clarify the Moon and the King of Wands here? The Tower. It just feels like, yeah, continuing on this path could lead to a tower moment, I want to say, of it could just end up not serving you as well to not be as discerning with your love and your energy, which I feel like could go against what you would think you're meant to do here. But let's find out. I think in your Destiny for Love section, maybe we will find out about like why these dynamics are coming up and if they serve a purpose toward your overall destiny in experiencing and understanding love in this lifetime. Yeah, so I'm going to pause there. Let's move right into the first section, which is going to be your current situations. If you have a specific person in mind, no matter what that relationship is looking like at this time, we can find out information about that connection. At this time, if you don't have a connection, then it will bring us some general dynamics of, again, what you have experienced in terms of love and what's been going on in the current. So pile 3, we have gaslighting and resistance. Pile 3, current love dynamics, quarrel, order, and flattery. Gaslighting for current. I'm seeing these, yeah, the quarrel. I was going to say these two figures who are about to argue. Yes, on the quarrel card. And then we see the double-sided nature on the flattery card too. So I feel like there could be someone who has been impacting your peace at this time, gaslighting you, getting you involved with. That's where this tower moment I feel like could come through, is like if you were not discerning of your energy, who you were providing it toward, I feel like it could become destructive of like someone gaslighting you or almost, yeah, like tricking you into doing things you wouldn't normally do, like out of order, out of your normal function, normal path. Like, I wanted to say path to resistance. It's, yeah, you're on a path of resistance, yet this person could influence you to do things that you would resist more strongly without their influence. So that's what I'm seeing of like the importance of honing in on who you're giving love to so openly, because we could see a situation play out similar to this, of it becoming influential on you, someone's negative perceptions, behaviors, ideas sort of imprinting on you as well. The flattery, it's like someone could have a lot of nice things to say as well, but there's undertones of a different kind of sequence to what they are trying to get across to you. Quarrel. So yeah, like, your advice here is to listen closely, listen carefully to what a person tells you, no matter what that relationship looks like. We need to find the true internal guidance here that we can follow. We need to identify that so that nothing can come in the way of following your inner compass. Nothing can make you act out of character. That's what we want to avoid in love. That's what we're seeing as, like, you could be susceptible to this happening, you could be vulnerable to this happening at this time, or you could have been through dynamics like this, that this could be a moment to kind of process and analyze what was actually occurring with those past relationships. Yeah, let's see what else there is to the current. Can we know if there is this kind of dynamic happening of pile 3 unfortunately being influenced by negativity? We have the High Priestess. Pile 3, current love dynamics. What else is going on there? The Page of Cups. The King of Cups. The King of Wands, wow. And the Fool, wow. So current love dynamics for pile 3. I see the shielding. I see a shielding, a protective bubble around the High Priestess's head. It looks like she's an astronaut. And I see that here in the King of Cups as well. I think you're being protected. I think if you feel like you are shut off, you're closed off from love at this time, you feel like nothing is happening in that department, I feel like you're being protected and shielded for a reason until you're able to be more bold and assertive. It's the Fool. It's a new journey that needs to be completed in full before you can accept the right love. So the Fool would be the start of that journey. The King of Wands is the way you go about that, the archetype you carry, the energy that you do that with, which would be very assertive, bold, persistent. We see that with graceful persistence. I know that you carry that dynamic in you. So expanding on that and really working with it is what is going to bring you to a safe place to accept a love. And that love is going to look so friendly and tender compared to maybe what you have experienced before. It's like the complete opposite. We have the gaslighting to the puppy, the innocence, someone not having intention to harm you if it were to happen, compared to that maybe being the underlying motivation in the past. Let's see, for current love, how can pile 3 expect this to kind of shift, this dynamic for them to come into and be ready and open for the love that is meant for them? How can they expect that to happen? The 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. I think you're going to be buckling down and doing the work. The 8 of Pentacles is that energy of he is going to be a master, he is going to be skilled, consistent. The 4 of Coins is going to be, in this case, I feel like appropriately kind of saving, and it's almost like you're saving energy reserves as well. That's exactly what this is the whole first message was like, don't give out your love for free to just anyone. Like, just to a certain degree, that's okay, but beyond, it is taking away from your reserves that are being saved for the person, for your soulmate, for the person, and for yourself as well. There's a need to reserve energy with the Four of Coins. And consistently, it's a habit. It will be a habit with the Eight of Pentacles. And what might happen once pile number 3 is able to build up their storage and be prepared and come out of that protection with a readiness. I think we're gonna have to move along to the next section maybe to get more messages. Oh, this one. The Moon. I said what needs to happen for this to be ready? And the Moon was pile number 2's card. Yes, I would recommend checking out that pile to get kind of... we're going to get on to more of your reading, but by the end of your reading, if you're finding you want more information, I would check out pile number 2 because their card was the Moon and it just gave me so many similar ideas. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move along here to, yeah, and if I didn't expand on that, it's the Moon representing that there needs to be the internal work before it's ready. It's quite simply that. And again, more details I think can be provided in pile number 2. Okay, let's go along to looking into the future of what is unseen for pile number 3. What can they expect in terms of love? What is waiting for them? We have Earth, getting grounded, coming back to Earth, and the third eye chakra. I like how these connect. They have that little, I don't know. You probably can't see. You see that rectangle? Anyway, all right. Just a coincidence. Let's see. Bluff. And optimism for the future. Ooh, I feel like in the future you could be like bluffing that, like, with the third eye, you could see a lot more optimism for yourself. I feel like you could like be keeping things a secret in the future when they start to take off. I don't know if you want to, like, you're really kind of taking the approach of like conserving your energy for yourself in a more dramatic way so that if you were to have love, you might choose to kind of keep it on the low or keep it more quiet, bluff, and say that you're not feeling the way you are yet, or that you're not experiencing something that people are accusing you of. And I think that's just kind of your way of like staying optimistic. It's really like a boundary for you because you know that you have the guidance you need through the third eye, through your intuition, through your feeling. And so you simply just don't want that outside perspective at this time, because I feel like when this love is here for you, you will know for sure. And the one that you feel less inclined to like go tell it on the mountain, tell everyone, make it public super quickly, I feel like that is not the soulmate that we are speaking of. They very well could come into play. This isn't to say that you have to be a hermit until you find this person. There's a lot to learn in every situation that comes through to us, all the people we meet and experience life with, even for short times. But yes, you will know when it is the soulmate because you have learned the lesson of, yeah, you don't feel the need to share. And I think that is a very telling sign of your security and your confidence and your ease in the relationship. So it's telling that this is unlike ones you have had before. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into some tarot. Can we find out here for pile number 3? What is this happening with future love? Is this kind of how they will approach it? Are they going to choose to keep it on the low? We have the Hierophant. I feel like you are making very wise choices with it, and you're taking it step by step in a timely manner, but in an appropriate pace to the 10 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, that's the confirmation. I don't even know that I need to shuffle out more tarot, but yeah, the 10 of Cups, guys, and we even see like the major commitment between them on this card, specifically in this deck. Weddings, marriage could be relevant, but the Hierophant, yeah, I almost see a wedding with the Hierophant. I almost see like an officiant with the wedding. So that could be very real, a future wedding for you. Let's see, what is this? Is there commitment in the near future for pile number 3? Is it someone they know? I don't think it is, but we have the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there is for sure commitment, the generosity, the sharing that we see within that card, as well as the 3 of Coins. Yes. Yeah, and it's commitment that is also bringing to life other projects, ideas, resources through the combining of resources with another. What can we expect for timeline in terms of, I guess we got into timeline a bit. Let's see. This one just fell here. We have the 9 of Swords. Can we clarify that here for pile 3, the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Swords as well? I feel like it could be a very lonely choice to commit to this connection as well in the future. I don't know, like for the first time I feel like you're feeling quite alone in the decision. That doesn't mean that it's a hard decision or that it's tough, but it is isolating in a way of like, maybe you had typically had the perspective and input of others before, which we talked about. You're kind of not wanting that. And so look at, it just feels like this decision, which is represented by 2 of Swords, about committing to this person is the most isolating one you have done to date. And it's also the most rewarding because you know that you had followed your inner compass all the way to that moment, and it was yours for the taking, and you did recognize that, and you did take the action to step out of your comfort zone and persist in taking this new stride of like feeling isolated within relationship almost, and that being a positive thing because you're allowed to be your own person. I think for once you're going to be allowed to be your own person in this relationship of all things, in this super close committed partnership of all things. You are able to feel like your own, like you stand your own ground. And I saw that with Earth, like standing your own ground, bluffing, not needing to have validation or acceptance from other outside perspective. Wow, so that is a huge bonus lesson within this commitment as well for you. Okay, let's go ahead and transition into your overall destiny for love in this lifetime. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll right into that with this tarot, continuing on with what does all of this mean? Like, what is the major significance here for pile 3? We have the 4 of Cups, finding your own happiness. We have the Devil and the Lovers. Wow, that is so interesting. We had, I'm trying to think here, in pile number 2, which I referenced for you guys, they have the exact same the Devil followed by the Lover within this last kind of section of their reading as well, and this card replaced by Justice, and it was a whole triage or a trio of things happening within that. So Destiny and Love, the Four of Cups. It's all about choice. Your destiny is to be able to make the choice and receive the outcome. The Justice card I mentioned here is playing into that because it's giving me the idea of like cause and effect. Your destiny in love is making a choice for your own, on your own will, and it paying off and you seeing the benefit, the risk that you see with it, but choosing to step over that and receive openly the gift. Graceful persistence is something that you are capable of doing, and all that is needed with that is the quieting of outside influence. And this is your moment to be able to say, once again, like you made the choice without seeing the outcome, taking the risk. And that is like a huge lesson for you in this lifetime. You'll be able to see the direct cause and effect of you taking the leap. And that is all we can ask for. We saw the Fool card as well. You take the leap and you will see the benefit. You will see the gift and the prize. Final card. The Five of Pentacles. You're destroying those perceptions, and perhaps, and I think even like outside perspective could come from you as well, of like ego coming in, of ego influencing you, and that being like an outside influence as well. And we see the shattering of the mirror, which is giving me that idea of you also shattering your own negative self-limiting perceptions that are ego-based toward love and toward what you deserve in love. Wow, pile 3. Let's finish out your messages with your final guidance from your spiritual team. Can we get a really great card here to give pile 3 the guidance they need after receiving these messages for love? We have guidance with you are divinely guided. Perfect. You're divinely guided, so you don't need earthly guidance necessarily. Yeah, that's the whole lesson, guys. I hope that this was resonating with you. I hope that you got the information you needed. Please do take the time to like the video, comment that you came from pile number 3, as well as subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it if you do all of those things. Also, don't forget, if you are interested in a personal reading, I will have my link tree in the description of this video. You can find my Etsy that I do personal written response readings through. Ask any question and get your answer, so do check that out. Feel free to do that. But with all that being said, pile 3, I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you the best of luck in love, and I will see you in your next reading. Hey pile number 4, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump right into your energy check. So we are shuffling out Oracle to give you an idea of if this feels like the right pile for you. Please do check out other readings within this video if you are not resonating. Let's find one card from this deck here for pile number 4. We have Productivity with the Bee and Pomegranate, as well as Success with the Chipmunk and Laurel. Okay, let's pull from another deck as well. Pile number 4, energy check for love. Let's see this one, and so we have Enchanted, Childlike, Wonder, Fae, and Gateways. We have Expansion, Ritual, Dance, Feast, and Fire. Yeah, I'm getting like a sense of ritual, a sense of honor from the Empress, as well as the success with like the laurel crowning someone for their achievements, and like ritual dance the like sort of like animalistic kind of like celebration of that. Again, with childlike coming through too. The Empress feels like she would embody like all of those aspects and be able to tap into all of them. She feels like she takes care of herself in that way that she can take care of herself so well because of her ability to kind of channel and access all of these different aspects and kind of atmospheres in terms of like following that gut feeling versus taking back into more of a childlike perspective. Like, that's what it is. It's the ability to be different archetypes and the productivity that comes from that and the success at that. Wow. Because the Empress is like the mother. Like, she's making me think of Mother Earth at this time, like the one who has seen everything kind of play out across humanity and knows the tale of time, like how things go and what can be useful to tap into as well. Yeah, you could be wondering about these kinds of things at this time, and this could be very relevant to kind of your thought patterns as well. And I see that you chose the elephant for this pile, and that feels like an aspect of wisdom coming through with the Empress. Overall, she is giving very much wisdom, which I talked about. Mother Earth, knowing all. Wow. Let's go ahead and get into tarot. So what are these aspects of wisdom coming through for the collective here for pile 4? What else can we come to understand about these dynamics? The Devil, the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the Chariot. The Devil, I think of all-knowing is what is coming to my head. Productivity. I feel like you're no longer wasting time crying over spilled milk, feeling stuck as well. I wanted to say something about gateways within this card, and so I think you are finding solutions. You're finding gateways. Yeah, you're even finding like shortcuts and hacks to like the system of life. I feel like you have some things figured out. I don't know, you have some knowledge, and it can be very successful for you if you tap into that and follow that voice, like the guidance on your shoulder, the good one, the one with good intention. And I feel like you're meant to kind of take like loopholes in this lifetime. The reason we have productivity with success, it feels like a repeating cycle. I think you are meant to discover how to tap into a lot. Like, I think when we get to your divine or your destiny in love, that section of the reading at the end, I'm getting an idea of what that message might be. So I think I'm just going to hold off on that, and let's move along into the first part of your reading, which is going to be looking at any current significant relationship you would like to find out about at this time. It doesn't matter what that relationship looks like, platonic to committed, whatever it is, hold a person in mind. But otherwise, if there is no one you are considering, know that this section of the reading has provided a lot of valuable information generally toward you, looking inward toward you to help you in love overall. So let's get into this. Pile, okay. Entanglement. Caution, principle, and endurance. So, for current dynamics of relationship, some of you could be very kind of heavily entwined with another at this time. I felt it was very significant how large this animal is next to her, or perhaps I wanted to say it was like a fae figure, but what do I know about that, to be honest? I think it's very prominent that there was someone by your side, like giving influence, giving opinion. And we see that with entanglement and caution. If you're currently with someone, I think that there could be some energy of like feeling burdened or heavily influenced by like having to really struggle to kind of grapple what it means to be entangled with this person. Yeah, I'm gonna go into some tarot to clarify these energies that have come out now. Can we get more information about these aspects in current relationship? What can we know about that for pile 4? We have the Queen of Wands as well as the World. Yeah, it's that entanglement I'm seeing again, and the need to escape. Like, the suffocation is what I'm seeing. And the freedom in principle in the world. I feel like some of you could be thinking of, like, this is what I'm seeing here with the phones going around her, is like the attention, the suffocation from another. Or that could just be a fear at this time. But there's a message within the caution card with how this figure is kind of like signaling the animals to follow in this case, or it could be signaling to stop. I feel like there are things involved with, you are so heavily entangled with this person that there are pieces that are going to be left in that when you decide to separate yourself. So the call is either to say, I think both cases is to say, some of that usher forth to me, to our escape. Some of that I want to keep and detangle from being attached to this person forever. But some of that I know would be better suited to hold back. Something about principle is coming through. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Hopefully that will come to me soon here, but let me grab more tarot. I'm trying to think what this would be if you are not feeling like currently suffocated by a specific person. Can we find that out? The Ace of Wands. I wanted to say with that you could actually be, I want to say you were working on like a project, and that doesn't feel super strong, to be honest. Yeah, I lost that idea pretty quickly. Something about working on a project, and that being the thing that you need to kind of adjust and filter out things that aren't working for it and decide what to keep with the caution. Creating a strong foundation for what you're building next is coming up in this section of the reading. Yeah, let's go ahead and clarify with these cards. The 10 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, like to reach happiness, there definitely is some adjustment needed. We see that in the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, because we can't fight that hard for things that are not serving us or serving the thing that you are pursuing, the project. The 10 of Cups outcome is not going to come through that kind of like striving and pushing. There's a way to be productive. I mean, it makes sense that work is kind of tying into this for some of you with your message being productivity. Yeah, like productivity could look like filtering, having less to do could be productive. Achieving a state of having less on your to-do list is productive in itself, because the way you did that is encouraging productivity in general. To allow room and space for multiple things to be prioritized, handled, and balanced at once. That could mean having space for a relationship. I think, yeah, some of you, what could be happening very well is in your current, you're feeling too burdened, too overwhelmed, too suffocated, entangled with work, with a frustrating situation, with trying to make things work, with trying to make it right, trying to fix things. And there is going to be a breakthrough. We see that in the Ace of Wands. I think there is going to be a breakthrough. And are you kidding? The 10 of Cups and Pentacles we have here. I see success in you being able to navigate. And we see that here, success with productivity. But your productivity is going to look like adjusting whatever is like your baby right now, like your project, your pride and joy, your passion, your dream. Tailoring that so that it is suitable to allow you to also have a person come into your life is when you will be ready. And once that happens, we see the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, and it feels like a very happy ending. It feels like, and a happy ending in love, in relationship, as well as happy ending in your projects, in finances, in success in those kind of endeavors. Wow, it seems promising, definitely. Wow, okay, let's go ahead and move right along to the next section, which will be looking at future love dynamics that we do not have yet. New people, new opportunities. Let's find out what is in store for pile number 4 in their future. Let's get one card here to represent. We have holiday. Pile 4, their future in love. What can we expect with that holiday card that came out? Discrimination, restlessness, companionship, and bluff. Future in love for pile number 4. What to expect, what we don't see yet, hidden blessings. Holiday, I wanted to say like this could come around at a significant time of year or a significant season of life. You could be facing discrimination in other areas. I don't know if like your work is being put on blast and then comes like a silver lining in the form of a person. And I think, like again, with things kind of lining up in divine timing, with your energies being perfect to accept your soulmate. I think restlessness, you could feel like part of why you are open to this person when they come along could be partly because of what you were experiencing and feeling in work. The restlessness there is directly making you kind of run into the arms of another person, is what I'm thinking of. It's not like manipulative, it's not like you're making a rash or emotional decision, it's just that it was kind of the way things line up, and the thing that ultimately pushes you over the edge to kind of open up to a person is genuinely being fed the bluff card. Like, wow, ready for companionship, fed up with bluffing, with pretending like it's okay that you don't have someone to like really fall into their arms and rely on. It would be letting down that mask, that bluff, saying that you don't deserve that, or saying that it is like weak to do that. But no, companionship is what you will be seeking because it is meant for you. Let's get into tarot. Pile 4. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see. Yeah, there'll be a new opportunity. The Moon and Judgment. It's this moment I'm seeing playing out of, yeah, the call to the light, looking inward and releasing, opening up to love, and that is the calling represented with the Judgment card. It will open up a new door. The Four of Pentacles. Future in love for pile number 4. Let's see. The King of Wands. Yeah, going from feeling like you have nothing to feeling like you have it all. That's what I see. Four of Pentacles into the King of Wands. And yeah, Judgment. The feeling like you have nothing is the call to judgment, is the call to ascension, to shift, to change that, to no longer feel that sense of lack. That coincides with Judgment and Four of Pentacles, and then I see following the ability to look inward and do the introspection that is going to lead to a lot of these outcomes of your success. Even looking inward on your project as well, because there is a heavy dynamic of like a pursuit that you have going on unrelated to love, kind of coming together or struggling together, like at the time that you meet this person. Yeah, it's really, really interesting what is coming through for you guys, but I think I'm going to roll through to, no, let's see here, what can we expect out of this relationship other than what it will do for you? What can we expect it to bring to the table? The Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands. I mean, yeah, let's keep going. We have things to figure out, I feel. Knight of Wands and Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's really interesting. I wanted to say, like, is there a person coming through with this destiny here? We have, I think there is. Yeah, the Two of Swords with the Knight of Swords revealing what is coming for you. And it does look like something is coming at like a rapid pace while you are oh my gosh, okay, I'm getting it now. While you are defensive, I think something is rushing into you at that time that you don't see, or you don't understand why you're so accepting of it either. Is there something here about a soulmate coming through in the future? Who is this person coming through? What else are they meant to do for pile 4? The Hanged Man, the Magician, and the Devil. I wanted to say the Lovers. What is this person to pile 4 other than a lesson, a growing point? I don't know that this is giving soulmate status. I don't know. I think it is, with the Hanged Man especially, I think it's serving you in some ways directly in the form of receiving love. But I think in a few other ways it is serving you as well. With the Magician, it just seems like you're able to get more inspired and be more creative after this experience. Excuse me. I think we need to move along to the destiny. So let's see here for pile number 4, what is the overall destiny in love here? Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I knew it. I feel like you guys are kind of, I'm not getting soulmate coming up here. I'm seeing a spotlight on you, and the Empress felt like the spotlight is on her, definitely, with what you chose to bring you to the pile. The Ace of Swords is like your own creative, your own insights and intellectual kind of stimulation. And the Nine of Cups is your own satisfaction, happiness, your own cup being completely filled. how is pile 4 going to be reaching this 9 of Cups? What is this saying about their destiny for love? This could be a look inward at self-love. Justice and the High Priestess. I feel like it is, yeah, something that you were meant to experience. It is a look inward. It is a moment of acquiring self-love beyond any actual people, partners coming in. I think the self-love behind it all is huge. And the self-love looking like not non-stop productivity. Working smarter, working less. Like with the High Priestess, she would know kind of the ways around, the secrets, the right way to do it. And the Magician would be able to make it happen. So your destiny in love is just feeling like a moment. I don't know if we're meant, and the High Priestess can be about like secrets, about things not revealed. So we're ending on that tarot card. I don't think that this is to say that you don't have a soulmate out there, or you don't have like an end goal partner out there for you. I think that those, I saw 2222 on the timer. I think those are things that are meant to be revealed in their own time. And that's exciting. I would say, I feel like that's exciting to end your reading on. I don't know. Stay tuned for future love readings. Maybe you will be able to get more information. But let's go ahead with your final guidance oracle card from your spiritual team. Can we find out the best advice and guidance here for pile 4 based on what we have talked about? We have let go with relax and release, as well as we have set intentions, plant the seeds, and watch them grow. Setting intention toward yourself to build that self-love and letting go of the need to constant production, constant progress, and let things flow over you when they are meant to. Okay, so pile number 4, I hope you enjoyed your messages. Please take some time to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it so much if you take the time to do that. And a reminder, if you are interested in a personalized reading, check the link tree in my description. That will take you to my Etsy, where you can purchase a written response, personalized reading answering your question. Okay, so with all of that being said, pile 4, I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you the best of luck in love, and I will see you in your next reading.